All right, Kenman here. Today we are on die project number 27, round 2, fight. This is the Miguron Pagos. We have some stuff going on, some crazy stuff. I'm getting right into it. We get the die in, get it started. Otherwise, I talk too long. Here we are. Miguron Pagos, number 27. They're going in. The thing we do here is we try to remove as many bubbles as we can. We don't want any bubbles on there that are not allowing the die to sit in an even way. Oops. And I just dropped one in already. This die is almost boiling. Heated it up before we started. Now I have it on my fingers. I'm going to rinse it off camera here, because if you just leave that on your hand, it will stain, and then every video I have for the next 2 weeks, I will have green thumb. Okay, I'm also revisiting the Phemius. When I originally did it, the green that I had did not quite take the way that I liked. I like the way this dark green that I've developed over the last few dies is working. So I figured, since I'm already doing it, I made that little bonus video taking this apart, and we'll try to make that Phemius look a little bit more green. How's that sound? All right, well, hope everyone had a safe, happy New Year weekend. Getting back into the swing. Here we are, 2024. Let's make it awesome, right? Every day is what you make it. So, working on this Phemius today. It's going to be the second Kenman Trifecta. I did the anodizing on this titanium pocket clip. Bing, right there. Check that out. But I did that, and then I also did the laser mark, a couple little stripes on the blade there on both sides. Just a nice little accent. Kind of made that stripe a little bronze in tone. Didn't want anything black with this because I'm going to kind of have the brown. I'm leaving the black spacer, the original brown. We're going to have this clip that's got the transitional color between blue and magenta. See how it's like magenta at one angle, blue at another. It's very interesting. I like that, the way that works. See how it looks on this knife with these colors. If the colors don't work well together, we can always change it. Let's take a little peek. Since both of these were darker, like the tan colored or the gray, they react a little slower with the dye. And when you're just taking peeks like this, it is thicker on there than it appears. So it will look darker than it actually is. So we have a ways to go. I'm going to turn the heat up a little. You can get it pretty close. You can have, I've seen some people have it boiling, but most of the dies that I have done have been less than boiling. It does not need to be that hot. Hot activates the die, makes it work quick. You can do some dies at room temperatures, but it definitely takes a longer amount of time. Successful dies I've done at room temperature have been things where I've made a bed and had to leave it in that die for at least 24 hours to achieve a color that you like. So it does take a while if it's not hot. This, as you can see, is hot. We've got this churning right now. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the Phemius. Oop, don't fall off. So they are getting some green. Kind of tough to see. I don't want to get too crazy and not pay attention and go too dark. That is starting to do stuff, though. I'm pretty happy, actually. That seems to be working pretty quick. Let's just take a quick peek. Couple of colors I've done. Of course, the Vision FG in the red. One of my absolute favorite knives with that super lock. That's great. This is that first Trifecta, Kenman Trifecta. Did the scale die. See this green here? That's kind of the green that we're going for on those that are in now. There's that clip and then the laser mark on the blade there. Tested some different marks on the silver. Some one's a little more chunky. This did have a tumble, so you can see that tumble a little bit more in that particular mark. But you can see all the different colors. I've been getting some greens. This is that penguin that I redid. The first green I got was a little bit lighter and I wanted to darken it up. So I went and revisited it off camera. Did the laser mark on that too. Turned out really good. Lots of good colors we're getting. I feel like we're moving fast over here, so I'm just going to go ahead and get that out of our way. Let's go back over here. I'm going to check. I have a water bath here. You can basically rinse, and as soon as you put it in that water, it neutralizes the dye and it'll stop. And you can kind of see where you're at because they're so thick that you can't quite tell. Oh, wow, that is good. We're going to just take everything out and just see where we are at this moment in time. Wow, look at how dark those look already. Well, we're done. We are done. What is the time? 6 minutes. My green. Woo! Look at that. You can tell right now that is dark. Excellent. That is what we were going for. So I am very happy about this. And we have learned that when you have that dye nice and hot on a tan or sand colored G10 scale, this particular green seems to go pretty fast. Nice notes to have. So in the future, when you have something you really want to pay attention to what the color is, you're really nervous about making sure you get it right, then you've had those tests and have been able to kind of see and know what your results can be. Wow, that looks almost black on there. This is great. I'm sure on camera these are going to look darker. Right now I'm trying to rinse all the dye off. Dye is exactly what it is. It's dye, but a tiny little drop like on your finger that you don't notice. Then you go touch your shirt or touch anything that you do not want that dye on, and it will instantly explode with color and you're done. You probably will not get it out. So you always have to be careful. It's like that little dot that you got on your wrist that you didn't notice that splashed up. And then you brush your eye or your face or something. Now you got a big green streak on your face that you won't be able to wash off. Basically have to wear it off for a couple of days. If you rinse it off really fast, you basically can get it, but the longer you let it sit, it really soaks into your skin. And I've had times where I did not rinse fast enough, and I was doing something like this where see how the water's kind of green now, and basically tinted my hands kind of blue. Kind of had Smurf hands for several days. Fun stuff. 8 minutes. Look at this. All right. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. I'm going to get this water out of our life. Do not need that anymore. But we do want to dry these scales off as best we can. I'm going to really focus on this because we're going to put the goodness, my brain, the Pagos back together today. The Phemius, I may make a little video, but I've already done that one. So I'm not really going to worry about putting that one back together on camera. Sometimes putting stuff back together. You've seen my videos. If you haven't, boom, there's the playlist right there. Excuse me. Welcome aboard. We have a good time here. A lot of fun customizations. Like I said, this one's going to be a Kenman Trifecta, which is great. Laser mark, custom scale, custom pocket clip, titanium anodizing. Wow, these are dark. I really like this green. Wow. Phemius is going to look super cool. Well, this Pagos is also going to look really cool. I was happy with the Phemius being gray, but I'm going to be much happier with this green. Okay, I always say I really want to make them as dry or completely dry before we do the reassembly. Any moisture that's in there can potentially cause some type of corrosion or rust or something that potentially you could have avoided had you just made sure you dried your stuff before you did it. So if it's something that's easily avoidable like that, I will take that extra time Just make sure. Ooh, that is great. We put this on top of a white. Kind of has a gray look in the light, but it's definitely got some green. Cool. Okay. We're going to get this out of here. All right, there's that. We'll put that together at another time. I'll finish drying those off later. That was that famous. Today we're working on 27, which is the Miguron Pagos. Let's go ahead and bring it back in. Ooh. All right, let's see how this reassembly goes. Starting at about 11 minutes here. Always try to set myself up for some success, but you never know. So that should stay. I'm going to hold this here. Just help myself out a little bit. Most of the hardware for the Migurons is T8, which is cool. There is a captive pivot. There is a little notch on here right at the top. You can see that notch will fit so it does not spin once it is in there. If I can get it to go in there. There's your M. All right. Get that bearing on there. We've got a blade. I'm going to bring it to the closed position for now. Go ahead and put the other one on the other side. All right. Take a nice look. Make sure everything is lining up properly. There's a little collar piece right there. I wonder, was that? No, that is not titanium. I'm pretty sure I checked that already. If that would have been titanium, I would have gone ahead and tried to do that as well. Oops. Of course. That gave a little spin, so it might not be straight. I'm going to get this at least started so that it doesn't move. Yeah, see my M spun. A little difficult to spin that. Until it goes into position. Alright, I think I got it. I just gave it a little pressure and wasn't pushing back on it, so it popped it out. Alright, you always got to be careful when you put a knife back together. You want to make sure you get it all centered nicely. I have not tightened everything down yet. Ooh, that color on that clip does look pretty good. You never know, especially the shade, how it's going to end up looking. Oh, the clip, everything on this Miguron is T8. How cool is that? Everyone else, get on board. What was that? Did you hear that? Not sure what that was. Almost sounded like my TV, but someone driving outside? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to tighten the pivot down tight, and I'm going to tighten everything else down. what was that, 14.5? I'm going to go back and listen to that again. It's weird. Sounded like static on a TV or something. Alright, so I did not dye that backspacer. I left that the original color for the two-tone. I wasn't sure what color I wanted. So then I thought, maybe just the brown with the stripe, kind of the bronze stripe. Figured that might play off each other. Alright, we are there. Loosen this up. Blade looks centered, and it opens good. Ooh, look at this. Okay. We are complete, 15 minutes, 39 seconds in. This is die project number 27, part 2. Clean up a towely surface here. So, second trifecta for Kenman right here. We have just finished the dye on that handle. It definitely has a gray, dark gray, sort of greenish. This light though does kind of make it look more gray. Left that back spacer. We could still pop that out and change it if we want. I have the transitional colored pocket clip. You can see at certain angles it's going to be purple. And at certain angles it's going to be blue. So everyone think about that. Then we've got the third part of the trifecta would be that laser mark, that simple little line. See, I did that line to kind of match the color of the backspacer. See that? Boom, boom. Right? There we are. Miguron Pagos, Kenman trifecta, second one on the list. Comment below, what do we think? Alright, let's see how the action is. Boom. Flicks out good. Drops pretty good. There needs to be some oil added to it when I take it apart and I clean it up. Kind of get rid of most of that. So I'm going to add some KPL, but look at that. Drops really nice. That'll be the first 2024 finished die here. Just soaking it in right there. Nice little angle. You can see all three things that we did. Pretty happy about it. This knife looks good. I'm going to carry this around a little bit. This Pagos is inexpensive. Miguron is really killing it. 14C28N. Got your titanium pocket clip. It's got this great action. Flicks out really easy. Closes really easy. Opens with your thumb really easy. Front flipper. Wow. Miguron. Tell you what. If you don't have a Pagos and you're looking for a kind of a budget knife for less than 50 bucks, pick it up. Awesome looking stuff. That is going to be it for today. If you enjoy what you see, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Helps me out and I really appreciate it. Stay tuned. Got a lot of stuff coming for 2024. More custom things. It's going to be great. Stay sharp. We'll see you next time.